Magandang araw mga Pinoy. Welcome back to Financially Smart Pinoy. I'm Lex.
And I'm Vera.
And we are so excited for today's deep dive.
Yeah.
We always love talking about building long-term wealth,
Yeah.
achieving financial independence.
Especially right here in the Philippines.
Exactly. So today we're going to be talking about ETFs.
Yes. Exchange Traded Funds
Yeah.
or ETFs.
Okay, ETFs. Now, I've heard this term a lot, but I'm not going to lie. It still feels a little mysterious to me.
Mm-hmm.
So what exactly are they? And why should we as Filipinos seeking financial freedom care about them?
Well, imagine owning a tiny piece of hundreds of companies.
Hundreds.
Yeah. Like big companies, like the
Right.
ones you see in Makati,
Okay.
all at once. That's the magic of ETFs.
Wow.
They're like baskets of stocks,
Okay.
giving you instant diversification.
Interesting.
So instead of putting all your eggs in one basket,
Right.
you're spreading your investments across different companies and sectors.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a really smart way to manage risk,
Okay.
especially if you're just starting out. So it's like planting different crops on your farm.
Yeah.
You've got your palay, you've got your kamote, maybe even some manga,
Exactly.
to make sure you have a good harvest no matter what the weather throws at you.
That's a great way to put it.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Now, before we go any further, just a quick reminder to hit that follow button and share this episode with your family and friends.
Yes, please.
We want everyone to benefit from this knowledge.
Yeah. Let's spread the wealth.
All right, so we've got the basics of ETFs down,
Right.
but there are tons of different ETFs out there.
Uh-huh.
So which ones should we be looking at, especially as Filipinos?
Well, one ETF that's often recommended for beginners
Okay.
is the Vanguard S&P 500 ETF,
Okay.
also known as VOO.
VOO, got it.
Yeah.
But why this one specifically? What makes it so special?
So VOO tracks the S&P 500 index,
Okay.
which is basically a list of 500 of the largest and most successful companies in the U.S. stock market.
500.
Wow. Think of it as having a stake in the U.S. economy as a whole.
So by investing in VOO, we're essentially investing in the U.S. stock market.
Yeah.
Huge. But why should we as Filipinos focus on the U.S. market? Shouldn't we be investing in Philippine companies instead?
That's a great question. And while investing in local companies is definitely important, the U.S. stock market offers incredible growth potential.
Okay.
The S&P 500, for example, has historically delivered an average return of about 10% per year over the last century.
10%.
Pretty impressive, right?
Yeah. That's way more than what you get from a traditional savings account.
For sure.
I'm already starting to see why VOO is so popular.
Mm.
But is it risky to put all our eggs in one basket?
Right.
Even if it's a basket of 500 companies?
Well, that's where diversification comes in. Remember, VOO holds stocks from 500 different companies
Okay.
across a wide range of industries.
All right.
So even if one company isn't doing well, the others can help balance things out.
Oh.
It's like having a safety net for your investments.
Gotcha. But I've also heard that investing can be expensive.
Right.
Are there any hidden fees or charges with VOO that we should be aware of?
That's another great question. And it brings us to one of the biggest advantages of VOO.
Right.
It's incredibly low cost.
Really?
VOO has an expense ratio of just 0.03%.
Okay.
That means for every $10,000 you invest, you're only paying around $3 in fees per year.
Wow. That's practically nothing.
Right.
So with VOO, we get access to the U.S. stock market,
Yeah.
diversification and low fees. It's starting to sound like a pretty sweet deal.
It is.
But hold on. I think I remember Jake Lurch,
Oh, yeah.
a writer from The Motley Fool, saying something interesting about VOO. Something about it being like investing in the stock market. Can you refresh my memory on that?
Absolutely. So Jake Luch said that investing in VOO is like investing in the stock market itself.
Okay.
Because it so closely mirrors the overall performance of this S&P 500, which, as we discussed, is a key indicator of the U.S. stock market's health.
So if the U.S. stock market does well, VOO does well.
Exactly.
And vice versa.
Yeah. And over the long term, the U.S. stock market has consistently trended upwards.
This is all starting to sound really good.
Right.
But I'm a hands-on kind of person. Once I invest in VOO, what should I be doing?
Right.
Do I need to constantly check its performance or make adjustments?
That's where the beauty of the buy and hold strategy comes in.
Okay.
With VOO, you don't need to be glued to your screen, constantly monitoring its ups and downs.
Got it.
The idea is to invest for the long haul.
Okay.
Think 10, 20, even 30 years down the road.
Wow.
And let the power of compounding work its magic.
Hold on. Compounding. That rings a bell?
Yeah.
Can you remind me what that is again?
Imagine you plant a mango seed.
Okay.
At first, you don't see much happening,
Right.
but over time, the seed sprouts, grows into a tree, and eventually starts bearing fruit.
Mm-hmm.
And then those fruits produce their own seeds, which grow into even more trees bearing even more fruit.
Okay.
That's compounding in a nutshell.
Gotcha.
Your initial investment grows,
Okay.
and then those gains start generating their own gains.
So it just keeps growing.
Exactly.
Great.
Creating a snowball effect over time.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
I get it now. So with the VOO, we plant our money,
Yeah.
let it grow, and watch it bear fruit for years to come.
Yeah.
Sounds like a pretty chill way to build wealth.
It is. And while it's good to review your investments periodically,
Okay.
maybe once a year, to make sure they're still aligned with your goals,
Right.
you don't need to obsess over daily fluctuations.
Okay.
Remember that stock market is like a roller coaster. There will be ups and downs along the way,
Yeah, of course.
but over the long term, the trend has historically been upwards.
Speaking of ups and downs, let's talk about risk for a second.
Sure.
I know you said VOO is diversified.
Yeah.
But is there any chance we could lose all our money?
No investment is completely risk-free.
Right.
However, VOO is considered a relatively low-risk investment
Okay.
because it tracks the S&P 500, which represents a broad swath of the U.S. economy.
Okay.
Think of it this way.
Right.
It's like betting on the entire Philippine basketball league to win.
The whole league.
Yeah, rather than just putting all your money on one specific team.
Gotcha.
The odds of the entire league losing are much, much lower.
Makes sense. But I'm curious, if VOO is so great, why isn't everyone investing in it?
Well, many people are.
Okay.
But remember, there are literally thousands of different ETFs out there,
Thousands.
each with its own unique focus and strategy.
Wow, so many options.
VOO is a fantastic starting point, especially for beginners. But as you gain more experience and confidence, you might want to explore other options.
Like what? Give us some examples.
Well, some ETFs focus on specific sectors,
Okay.
like technology or healthcare. So if you believe in the future of Filipino tech startups, for example, you could look for an ETF that invests in that sector.
Interesting.
Other ETFs target specific countries or regions.
Okay.
For instance, there are ETFs that focus on emerging markets like Southeast Asia,
Right.
and then there are ETFs that follow specific investment styles, like growth or value investing.
Whoa. That's a lot to take in. So it's like choosing your favorite kakanin at a Filipino fiesta.
Uh-huh, I like that.
So many delicious options to choose from.
Yeah,
But seriously, how do we know which ETFs are right for us?
that's a question you need to answer for yourself,
Okay.
based on your individual financial goals,
Right.
risk tolerance, and investment timeline. Think about your dreams.
Okay.
Do you want to retire early and travel the world?
I like where this is going.
Save for your children's education. Buy your dream home.
Right.
Your financial goals will guide your investment choices.
So it's like planning a road trip.
Yeah,
We need to know our destination before we can choose the right vehicle
right.
and map out our route.
Exactly. And just like with a road trip, it's always a good idea to have a map or a guide.
True.
Don't be afraid to do your research.
Okay.
Read articles, compare different ETFs, and seek advice from a financial advisor if needed.
Right. So we've talked about what ETFs are, why VOO is a great starting point, and how to choose other ETFs based on our goals.
Right.
Now let's get practical.
Oh.
How do we actually start investing in VOO?
The first step is to open a brokerage account.
Okay.
Nowadays, there are many online platforms that make it super easy to buy and sell ETFs, including VOO.
Nice.
Think of it like opening an online bank account.
Uh,
You fill out a form,
Right.
provide some identification, and you're good to go.
Sounds simple enough. And once we have our brokerage account set up, how do we actually buy VOO?
You simply search for VOO
Okay.
using its ticker symbol, which is, well, VOO.
VOO.
VOO, easy enough.
Then you enter the number of shares you want to buy
Right.
and place your order.
Yeah.
It's that easy.
Wow. It really is like online shopping.
Yeah.
Just add VOO to our cart and check out.
Pretty much. And just like with online shopping,
Okay.
it's important to do your research and compare prices. Different brokerage platforms might have slightly different fees or features.
Okay.
So it's worth shopping around to find one that suits your needs.
Okay, so we've opened a brokerage account,
Yeah.
bought some VOO, and we're feeling pretty good about ourselves.
Right. But let's say down the road,
Okay.
our financial goals change.
Yeah.
Or we need to access our money for an emergency. What happens then?
Right.
Can we sell our VOO shares?
Absolutely. ETFs are very liquid,
Okay.
which means they can be easily bought and sold on the stock market.
Right.
Just like you bought VOO through your brokerage account, you can also sell it through the same platform.
Fine.
The process is very similar,
Right.
and you'll usually receive your funds within a few business days.
That's a relief to hear.
Yeah.
So we have flexibility.
Yes.
We can hold on to VOO for the long term,
Mm-hmm.
or we can sell it if we need to. I'm starting to see why ETFs is such a powerful tool for Filipinos seeking financial independence.
Exactly. And remember, investing isn't just about building wealth.
Right.
It's about empowering ourselves and taking control of our financial futures.
I love that. So we've covered a lot of ground today.
Yeah, we have.
But I think we're missing one crucial ingredient,
Okay.
the Filipino touch.
Ah.
How can we apply this knowledge about ETFs?
Especially VOO to our lives here in the Philippines.
That's a great question.
Hmm.
And it's something we should all be thinking about.
I'm thinking about how we Filipinos, we really value family and community. So could we use ETFs like VOO to build a stronger financial foundation for our families
Yeah.
and even help our communities thrive?
Absolutely.
Mm.
Imagine a scenario
Okay.
where families pool their resources and invest in VOO together.
Together.
They could create a family investment club
I like that.
where they learn about investing, support each other, and watch their combined wealth grow over time.
That's amazing.
This could be a powerful way to build a legacy for future generations
Wow.
and even fund community projects.
That's such a beautiful idea.
Right.
It's like the Bayanihan spirit,
Yeah.
but for financial empowerment.
Exactly.
Instead of just helping each other build houses, we're helping each other build wealth and secure a brighter future.
And think about the impact this could have on our local communities.
Yeah.
If more Filipinos embraced long-term investing,
Right.
we could see a rise in entrepreneurship,
Mm-hmm.
more funds for education and healthcare,
Yes.
and a stronger overall economy.
Absolutely.
That's inspiring. It's like we're not just investing in our own futures,
Yeah.
but in the future of the Philippines as a whole.
Precisely. And remember,
Oh,
even small contributions made consistently over time can lead to significant results.
Small contributions over time.
It's like the saying, ang kanting patak na ulan sa katagalan ay nakakapagpapaw ng batya.
Oh, I like that.
Even small drops of rain over time can fill a large basin.
I love that analogy.
Yeah.
It reminds us that we don't need to be rich to start investing.
Mm-hmm.
We can start small,
Right.
stay consistent, and watch our investments grow over time.
Uh-huh.
Just like a small seed growing into a mighty tree.
Exactly. That's the spirit. And that brings me to a challenge.
Okay?
We want to leave with our listeners.
Right, all right.
I want you to imagine yourself 20 years from now.
20 years from now.
Picture your life, our family, your home, your dreams.
I can see it.
Now ask yourself, what role could consistent long-term investing play in making that vision a reality?
That's a powerful question.
It is.
It really makes you think about the long-term impact of our financial decisions.
It does. And I hope it inspires our listeners to take action.
Yes.
Don't let fear or procrastination hold you back.
Right.
Take that first step.
Okay.
Open a brokerage account and start exploring the world of ETFs.
You heard it here first, folks. And remember, you don't have to do it alone.
Right.
We're here to support you every step of the way.
Absolutely.
Financially Smart Pinoy is more than just a podcast.
Yeah.
It's a community. We're all in this together, mga Pinoy.
Well said. And for those who are ready to dive deeper, we have a wealth of resources available on our website, including articles, guides, and even a community forum where you can connect with other Filipino investors.
Love it.
Just head over to financiallysmartpinoy.com and start exploring.
So there you have it, mga Pinoy.
We've unpacked the world of ETFs, explored the power of VOO, and even dreamed a little about the future we can build together.
Yeah.
We hope you found this deep dive valuable and empowering.
And remember, financial independence is within your reach.
Yes.
It starts with knowledge, takes courage, and grows with consistent action.
Salamat for joining us today, mga Pinoy.
Thank you.
Hanggang sa muli.